Economist Davi Ruet says his impression of Nazir Ali, who resigned as head of SANRAL, is that he's a good businessman, and a high-profile delegation of senior ANC members and other dignitaries have gathered at the home of the late Public Service and Administration Minister Roy Padiachi, west of Durban. I'm Richard Brooks. Efficient Group's chief economist Davi Ruet says his impression of Nazir Ali, who resigned as head of SANRAL, is that he's a good businessman. Ruet says although the National Treasury says the embattled SANRAL will be able to meet its financial obligations for the next 6 months, escalating debt will make life difficult for the agency. Ruet says Ali did not receive support from politicians.
My impression certainly is that he was a good businessman, that he had a very good business plan, he had a very good team around him, and I think he ran that company quite well. I do know the guys at Treasury, for example, personally. I know what they have done, and I know that they are real professionals, and they did an excellent job. I kind of feel sorry for Mr. Ali. I think the politicians really should be blamed for him leaving here, and because I think Mr. Ali did not get the political support that he reckoned he had.
A high-profile delegation of senior ANC members and other dignitaries have gathered at the home of the late Public Service and Administration Minister Roy Padiachi, west of Durban. The funeral service for the 62-year-old will take place in the city this morning. Padiachi died of a heart attack last Friday while on government business in Ethiopia. Zanele Buthelezi has more.
Family, friends and comrades, as well as the nation at large, is bidding farewell to one of the struggle stalwarts this morning. The coffin will leave the Padiachi home draped with the ANC flag, a party he'd dedicated a great part of his life to. Before the cortege departs the home at Nagina in Pinetown for the Sahara Kingsmead Cricket Ground, where the funeral service will take place. President Jacob Zuma, Kenyan Minister of Planning Wycliffe Oparanya, his friend Minister Pravin Gordhan, and Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma are among those who will pay tributes to the late Padiachi. He will be cremated at the Clare Estate Crematorium in the afternoon. Zanele Buthelezi, SABC News, Durban.
The NPA and the police's assets forfeiture unit have attached property worth over 60 million rand from a suspected rhino horn dealer in Mosina, Polokwane and Modimolle. Jacobus Groenewald was arrested in 2010 after police intercepted a rhino horn syndicate around Limpopo. Jabulani Beloy reports.
Groenewald's property includes farms, helicopters, luxurious vehicles and other businesses. The NPA, Asset Forfeiture Unit and the police are currently attaching the property in 3 towns simultaneously. NPA spokesperson Mtuzi Maga says the trial is expected to start at the Mosina Magistrates Court on the 20th of October this year. For SABC News, I'm Jabulani Beloy.
The situation is now calm but tense in Barcelona informal settlement in Quatema in Springs on the East Rand. This follows yet another round of violent protests in the area. Earlier, residents went on the rampage again, barricading roads with stones and burning tyres. The residents are complaining over a range of issues, including lack of proper toilets. The police's Tommy Tomlinson.
About half an hour ago, the residents stopped the vehicles that was entering into the Extension 3. There was a Nigel Davies truck delivering milk. They stopped the truck from entering their place and they tried to set the truck alight. The residents are dispersed and everything is now under control and the police are monitoring the situation here.